Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream, episode number 11 of our Avowed Ranger gameplay series. I'm Commander Jarval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, nothing new on the game as far as admin notes go, but on the channel, we do want to reinforce the announcement that we made last week that starting next Saturday, we will begin our playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. We made that decision based upon feedback from all of you in the posts tab on my YouTube channel about what game you wanted to see me play next, and that is what we're going to do. I have begun my preparations on a separate playthrough, and we are now in a position where we can start it. So next week at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, which right now is GMT -5, we will begin with the first episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. So from that standpoint, we have a change in the lineup for the channel playthroughs. Also, I wanted to comment on something that I got a couple of comments about this past week. Earlier this week, Bethesda Shadow dropped the Oblivion remastered game. They didn't let anybody know it was coming. They just kind of threw it out there, and it has since become a big thing for people to put content out on. Somebody asked me about it, and they said they would like to change their vote to Oblivion. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that I would just be view chasing at that point if I decided to do it. That's not what this channel has been about. I'm not saying that other content creators are view chasing. I don't want you to end up on some hot take or something like that. That's not what I do. I would never dream of downplaying another creator's choice of what they want to do with their channel. For me, though, and having put out a poll and asked for my community's input, it would be view chasing for me to go do that, and as such, I'm not going to be doing it. I loved Oblivion when it came out. I played it for a very long time. And I loved Skyrim when it came out, and I played the re-released version of it when it came out. Just like I'm probably going to play the remastered version of Oblivion. I'm just not going to feature it here as one of the live streams. I have a plan for what I would like to do for future live streams here. That's always up for change because we're not going to add a third live stream for a few months. But it would just seem a little disingenuous of me. I have never been one to chase popularity or views or likes or subscriptions or any of that sort of stuff. I've mentioned that multiple times before. I don't care if my channel loses money every year, which it certainly does. That's not what I do this for. So me chasing views would be antithetical to what this channel is all about. I play games that I enjoy, but I also play games that my community requests for me if I open that up to a poll. And those two are not mutually exclusive. All of these that I'm playing I do enjoy, but for those asking, we are not going to be seeing the Oblivion remastered being played in a live stream here on the channel. So, sorry, there are lots of content creators out there who are publishing some great content about the game. I simply don't have time to publish edited short form videos. I have a full-time job where I work 40 to 50 hours a week, plus the 10 to 12 hours a week that I have to spend preparing and playing these. So I just don't have time to do it. Otherwise, you might see some videos of me playing, but I just can't do that with my current setup. So Sorry, those of you who have asked, we're going to continue on, and as I mentioned previously, next Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time, we will be starting our first episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance. So if you are interested in that, please join in, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, Rudi, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Kingdom Come Deliverance as well. So should be a fun time. So I think that's it for our admin notes. So on our recap, last week we had finished up a bunch of side quests, and we had finished up most of the exploration of the map, except for one area that we still needed to deal with. And that area has a couple of things in it we want to look at. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start off and finish those off. That's going to finish off another side quest. And then we are going to jump back into the main quest line and finish it up today so that we can move on into the third region of the game, which is Shatterscarp. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, and here we are up north, getting ready to explore through the Sunken village. And you can see that there are a couple of things waiting for us. We need to finish up Elder Offerings, and we need to investigate the nature versus nurture questline here as well. So we're going to explore this area here, and then we will jump back into the main quest line here. As part of the Elder Offerings quest, we will go talk to the grain merchant before we go turn it in, but that's not going to have much of an effect on the game. So let's take a look here at the Sunken village. So the sharp-eyed among you might have seen the purple flash. In here, you can see that we have a chest. This door is barred. This door we can unlock. And here we have a ladder going up. Oh, and hey, Rudi, I noticed your icon has changed. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. So we'll jump down here to get access to this chest, which we will also unlock. And then we can unbar the door and head back over. Okay, so nothing else over here. Let's head into the Sunken village. Now, you don't have to go through those doors to get into here. That's just the way I chose to do it. We've been in here before. We came in that way and worked our way up around that side. So that's what we're going to do, is to continue to kind of work our way around here and open up the map inside the Grim Wetlands here. Because we didn't do a whole lot of exploration, we just went through exploring this part over here. So let's actually go over here first. Okay, we'll stay hidden. And I think they're in, or they're right out front. They are. Okay, so we have a wizard and we have a barbarian. I'm going to take out the wizard first.
Nice clean kill.
You're mine now.
Oh, hit Reg. More hit Reg. Can't kill the chanter, and that's going to be a problem because he's going to be. Let's go see if we can get close and trigger it. Because he's just going to keep spawning minions if we don't kill
Good
it.
shooting, Kai.
So I found a workaround off stream to the hit registration bug, and that is if you move close to them, it will correct it. Now, how close you have to get is entirely up in the air. I have seen it be point blank and nothing, and it still doesn't change, and I have seen it where I just move forward a couple of feet and it cures it. So still not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it, but if you do have the hit reg bug, then try and get closer to it and fire from that way.
The squirrels will get plenty to eat tonight.
Okay, so that's going to trigger some more enemies here.
Never had a chance.
That's going to be a problem. And I can't get out of here, of course not. The one Spectre that decides to blow up does it right when I'm locked in the doorway and has an AoE explosion that I can't get away from. So we're starting off well today, chat. So we're just going to move around in here a little bit. We're not going to go too far or too close to the gatehouse, but we are going to go do a little bit of exploration around here.
Here it comes.
And find the chest inside here. Pick up some crafting ingredients for food. And we found a new party camp.
You know, swamps are always more colorful than I imagined.
Okay, so one more little crafting ingredient here around the corner. And let's go do some exploration around here. I think we've been over to the east. So we're going to keep exploring towards the north here. get rid of the priest
We've got
first.
company.
Okay. At least we didn't get any hit registration bug that time. Okay, so let me look and see where we are. So we're well into that and that. So yeah, we're fine without needing to go to the party camp.
Mud.
And here you can see we're getting closer to nature versus
Mud
nurture
in my
here.
boots. Just what I need.
That's going to be our final stop in here. But we do want to make sure that we kind of explore around this area and make sure that we've opened everything up. I believe that we have.
Remember, they won't attack us. That is, unless you give them a reason.
And Giada here is giving you a clue that this isn't going to be your normal interaction with Zarops.
I'd always heard they're more scared of us than we are of them.
Okay? So you don't want to go in here guns blazing. In fact, we're going to put our weapons away while we explore the Zarop camp here. Okay, so we're overloaded. And we'll go exploring off to the side a little bit more here. I believe we have this little area here to look at. Don't think I need any more essence, but I'll pick it up. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Let's... Yeah, we have an equipment upgrade, but we don't need it. Okay, so we still have the Rangers down there, and we will for a little bit. So we can explore around here without getting too close. The Rangers aren't a problem for us. If we come here later on and the Rangers are not there, then you need to be prepared. We don't have to worry about that, though, because we haven't gone through the main quest line yet. Oh yeah, these are up top. So you can see the Zarops here. They're... I wouldn't say that they're friendly. I would just say that they are ambiguous about us being here, so to speak.
Let's have a look in that cave. Up there on the cliff.
Okay, and Giada is again giving you more clues about where you need to go here. do have a few other things that we can look at here real quick. And that is over here. Okay, so now let's head up to the top here, and for this you have to jump back down. And we have a cave here.
You know, it's almost comforting to smell Zarups at this point.
Okay, so we're gonna track the nature versus nurture quest here.
Come closer now. I know you're there. Don't worry. My friends here won't mind.
And they won't, they're friendly. Well, like I say, ambivalent to us being here. So let's go talk to the hermit. We can look around a little bit. They're not going to care if you steal a bunch of stuff from them. I don't think there's anything over here. There's not.
Ah, there you are. I appreciate your restraint. Most people would have a hard time walking among a camp full of Zarups. Controlling, yes. Exploiting? No, I don't think so. A trained scout such as yourself knows of Zarups as wild creatures, driven by prey and survival. These Zarups and I have formed a symbiosis, like the poor frog and the abyss viper. I provide them with safety, prey, and peace, and they help me further some of my more controversial goals. Oh, I'm hardly the one most guilty of manipulating nature here. You may have noticed a couple of things about Emerald Stair. The people are pushing against nature, and nature is pushing back. The Animancers with their soul machines are poisoning the land, driving it to find new ways to protect itself.
Lies. We gave this land a bounty, the likes of which never existed before our arrival.
Oh, dear child, this isn't a bounty. This is squeezing the hen to get more eggs. As a result, the plants are rising up, and the land has afflicted us with the Dreamscourge. It is doing what it can to survive. Yes, that's exactly it. We destroy the Animancer's equipment, remove the threat, and the land can struggle and grow as has always been intended.
I hope you're not seriously considering this.
Meanwhile, I protect my Zarup friends and keep them from carrying out the bloodier raids they might have done without my direction.
Okay, so here you have a couple of options on how you want to play this out. Giada obviously doesn't think that this is true, that Animancy is enhancing the Dreamscourge in some way. So if you talk to her using the I need to speak with my companions, both her and Kai are going to be against this if you do it. So you can attack him right here. And that won't get you the reward, but you will get some XP out of it. We're going to choose a different option. From a role-playing perspective, I kind of feel that he is reining in the Zarups. They could be doing worse. So just destroying farmers' equipment as opposed to killing everyone on the farms is probably a better thing than not. And if we remove his control, who's to say that other groups of Zarps aren't going to come in here and start those bloodier raids again? So it might be a good idea to keep him around, even if we don't necessarily agree with his methods. It might be better than the alternative.
Good. I hoped you would reach that conclusion on your own.
Unbelievable. You just accept everything you're told at face value, is that it? Like a child?
Now, if only the Rangers would call off their patrols, my friends would be free to carry out their work in peace. If you would, kindly ask the farmers to tell the Rangers there is no further Zarep threat. Once you do that, return to me, and I will see you rewarded for your efforts.
And there's another reason that we're going to be doing this, in that there's a way for us to get 2 rewards out of this instead of just 1. And that's by agreeing with him when you start. And we're going to head back to the Rangers. Okay, so we'll run up here real quick, and we're going to keep that notification about the unspent ability points. We know that they're unspent. We're holding on to 1 until level 15.
Hello again, friend. Have you looked in on those Zareps?
I'm going to choose the lie option here. 1, it's going to help to get my lie count up, and I still don't have that achievement unlocked in the game. But secondly, this is going to get us a reward from her.
Thank you, friend. I don't need the details, really. Just thank you for your help. I will let the Rangers know that the Zareps are no longer a problem. My guess is that will come as a relief. Take this for your troubles, friend. I suppose we'll get to work replacing these machines.
Right.
Okay, and that's going to get us the Ring of Pain amplification here. That's plus 15% critical damage, and I'm going to change over to that from the Vindictive Band. And you're going to see why I'm going to do this here once we level up again.
We'll just come up with another small
So now we
fortune
can
on
head back to the Zarep camp. Yeah, I'll just head down into it. Because he's no longer up here.
Welcome back. Have you called off the Rangers? Wonderful. Take these as a token of my esteem. Once this land is free from the Dreamscourge, nature itself will reward you.
And that's going to get us the wolf boots. So the wolf boots give you a +2 to your constitution and a +10% dodge distance, both of which are really nice. We have a +20% dodge distance and +10% movement speed, as well as the max health here from our greaves, so they're not something that we're going to utilize for now. But
Strange friend. And
so now if we look at our quest journal, we can't get the last piece of the Totem of Defiance yet. But we can go to Sansa, we can return the reliquary to Nakudatek, and we can return to Rosanna. So let's go ahead and turn all of these in. And to do that, we're going to go back to Fior.
No, that animmonsters were such shrewd business people, too.
You return. Have you visited all 3 grave sites? Thank you for helping the dead to rest, my friend. You have done Fiora a great service. Now, will you stand and pray with me? May you walk the path safely, always a step ahead of the pallid night and her toll. May the usher guide you through the safest doors to the next life, and may his skeletal hand bring you only warmth. May the twin gods see faith in you in all their aspects, and may death come quickly and easily and without fear. And may we all take comfort in the knowledge that the next life awaits. You know the prayer. It gives me such joy. Please, take this token of Barrett's favor. May it keep you from her path for just a moment longer. May the usher find you quickly, Aimika, and ferry you gently to the next life.
And that will get you Barris Blessed Ward. So minus 5% damage from vessels. Now vessels are all of your skeletons, specters, that sort of stuff. So depending upon the encounter you're going into, it might be something that you want to that you might want to equip. And I need to have. I don't need it yet. Okay, and now we're gonna go back to Nakudatek. Okay, so to return the notes to Sansa, we need to head back to Dawnshore, into Paradiso again. So you can freely travel back and forth amongst all of them. Did I not track that? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's not putting an icon next to him. But we'll head in here and go talk to Sansa.
Hear me, Paradise. Did we not come here to escape the Empire? Do the Atyrans not exemplify everything we hate?
You're back. What have you found?
You have our condolences, Master Cartographer. The beauty of Emerald Stair hides the danger at its heart.
Fletcher! Oh, I was sure she would be safe. Her maps were so meticulous. She even made her own ink. Please, keep searching. I'm sure the others will turn up soon.
Okay, so while we're here, let's go ahead and sell off some items here. think we have any boots. No. Okay. I think that's it. And we have 13 awakened Adra. That's good. That's going to be able to craft us 3 corrupted Adra, which we're going to need for all 4 of our weapons here once we start getting into the next area. Okay, so now looking at our journal, we don't have... or we have Relic from the Ashes, which needs us to go to Naku Tedek, and the Totem of Defiance is also in Naku Tedek, and we have to go to Naku Tedek with Giada to continue Ancient Soil. So that's now what we're going to track. And we're going to head back to the Emerald Stair. Okay, and we will fast travel up to the party camp. And while we're here, we might as well do some crafting. Okay, so, ooh, we can do some upgrades here. So... what we want to do is, again, focus on one of our weapons and one of our armor here. So I'm going to upgrade Karok's Pride again. And now I can still upgrade the Blackwing armor because I have enough Admeth's Wort. Let's see what we need. We need a bunch of petrified wood branches, which we're not going to find. We can probably make enough Admeth's Wort. No, we'd be a little short. But yeah, we're not going to find or have enough of those. And I don't need any Stelgar leather. I got plenty. So I can upgrade the armor again, which I will do. And Karok's Pride, we're still 4 petrified wood branches short. Okay, but that gets us real close because now the Blackwing armor here, we go to crafting, we can craft 4 corrupted Adra. And now we can use 3 of those to get our Blackwing armor up to the superb quality. Okay. Now, I'm probably going to wait on this. Let me think. Trying to remember what I'm going to be running into more of when I get there. Armor or weapons. I think it's going to be armor. So I probably will actually just upgrade this. So what that means is now that any armor that I find, any unique armor I find, is going to be superb quality. Okay, and that, we're going to be finding the crafting materials here, petrified wood and Admeth's Wort, laying all over the place when we get to Shatterscarp. And that will help us upgrade our weapon faster as well. We want to be upgrading one of each of these as quickly as we can. Then we'll focus on upgrading the others kind of as we go, because we can downcraft these as well. So it's not really a big deal for us if we want to go back down, but I do want to get Karok's Pride up there one more level. So let's see if we have any black broth that we can craft. We can't. And let's craft some grog.
I doubt my
And
soul
now
is
we
worth
will.
much to an animancer.
We don't have anybody
Why
that
would
wants
you
to
say
talk
that
to
about
us.
yourself?
It's just that I'm not what I'd call strong-willed.
It
I'm
is.
tinsel.
We're gonna exit here. Okay, so now let's head up to Naku Tedek. Okay, you see we got a lot of things on our map.
There should be some equipment by the Adra pillar.
I hail you, my lord.
Walls. Yes, we have been here.
Okay, we do need to deal with Luminous Alphonse here.
Please, my friend. You can take what you want from the shrine. Just don't break anything. So he was working alone. Forgive me. These are difficult times for a man of faith. While I was at prayer, a bandit held a knife to my throat and stole the reliquary of Saint Widwin. Just look at me. Gods, I'm still shaking. You did. To think a godlike would deliver this back to me. I feel blessed, truly. Wherever he is, Eothas smiles on you. Wait, are you suggesting he stole it for some purpose? What? Eothas himself, ending innocent lives? I'd heard the rumors that he walked among us, but to think the God of Light could be to blame for such horrors? No, it's beyond belief.
Agents of violence. They cloak themselves in warmth and light and spread like wildfire.
A challenge is one thing. Slander is something else entirely. Unthinkable! That's Woodaka's domain. Even so, the best intentions won't bring them back from the wheel. I find myself lost, godlike. I look at this relic now and I wonder whether all my years of service were a waste. I will. I pity my own suffering when I should learn from it instead. I'll pray for the thief's absolution. If not in this life, then maybe the next. Thank you for telling me all this.
That was a very
Nothing
generous
harder
diversion.
than
But
to
we have
have
work to
your
do.
faith questioned and everything you know. We'll go back here and pick up some items.
Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery, armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about? Good. We're on the same page. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the Dreamscourge to show its ugly face. This is no time for hesitation. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine. We twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door? Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Hold on to that feeling. We might need it again. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dreamscourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. My thoughts exactly. If we want to stop the Dreamscourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Naturally. After you.
We gotta see
And all
what's
the rest of
down
these
there.
icons are down below us, and you can see there is an icon for a totem piece down there, and that's what we're going to be looking for. So let's do a little bit of exploring up here. Find bow here. Another journal entry. Then around this side, a couple of chests. And I think that's it up here. Yes, so let's head through the door now.
I did not bring us here to explore, but clearly something wants to be found.
Does this feel like the start of a cautionary campfire tale to anyone else?
I wonder, did you open the door? Or did the door open for you?
Okay, so the stairway can lead you down. We can also head across here. Pick up another eye.
Unseen, unheard.
And we'll do a little searching down here.
Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When
Okay,
was
this
the
is our
last
way
time
out.
anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk more once we reach the bottom.
Trying to remember if there's a trap in here or not. So let's look down first. Don't see anything. We can drop the eye. Got a chest we can unlock, and the totem, the last totem piece is here as well. And that's right here.
I'll wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp.
Okay, so now let's head over toward the quest marker here. And we're going to get into a fight. And there's a Sporling Bruiser in here. He's not the only one.
Well struck.
Oh, missed. Okay.
Bravo!
Okay, and that will open up the door there. I think that... Is there an icon? Is there a... Oh, yeah. I know what that is. It's in here. Right there.
Coming in hot.
Okay, now if you look at the ground here, this looks a little iffy, and that's because it is. This is acid, so you don't want to spend a lot of time in it. You can also see that there's...
No! The knife that pierces in the dark.
Whatever this is, at least it's dead. 2 points for the godless, none for the abominations.
So this was a trap of some sort, and it skewered something. Looks like an automaton of some sort that it killed here. Okay, and I'm just going to run past this.
Look out. Some kind of trap overhead. You take lead.
Okay, and our fight's gonna be kind of down below us for most of this. But they will quickly make their way up here. So don't think that you're safe. I'm gonna start this off actually here.
Next one's mine.
Get rid of the priest. Get rid of the chanter here. Oh, come on. There we go. Didn't give him much chance. If you get rid of the chanter, then you're
Another
fairly
glorious
safe
battle.
up there because his minions are the ones that will pathfind up to you. Okay, so I believe this is here. It is. Okay, and I think that's all in here. Yes. Oh, there, I see it. Saw the icon, I was like, where is it? It's right here.
I would not go swimming if I were you, unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it, with the help of some ice.
Okay. And that's because this water's now electrified. It's been electrified by this that will periodically shoot out electric darts. But you can see it's got a symbol next to it. We can turn it off as long as we find whatever is triggering it. And you can watch the electrification. You can see it goes down quite a ways. Here is the way to turn it off. So they're going to be afflicted here for a little bit until it runs out. But now we can make our way back and forth through here anytime we want. Pick up another eye, and you see that we have an underwater passage. Now I'm going to put on the, what was it? The Statuette of Lament. I can breathe underwater 100% longer. You don't need it for this, but it certainly helps. It gives you a lot more time to be down here. But you can make it, you can see just barely. And that will bring me out into this room. Your companions will join you.
Got eyes on something?
Okay. Kind of waiting here. Because most everybody's down below us, as you can see. But there's one enemy above us, and that's him right there.
Quick and painless. They're coming!
Oh, come on. Thank you. Okay. Okay, and now over here. Oops, let's get up here and around this way. Around. Nothing. Now we can get up here though. And up here we have a unique sarcophagus. And this has the pack mule's burden in it, so it's just a straight plus 25 carry capacity. Now I think this is tied with one of the highest increases in carry capacity in the game, so it's something that if you are overloaded and you don't want to take time out from whatever you're doing to head back to a city to sell some stuff off or anything like that, it is a way to get yourself a bunch of extra carry capacity. I'm going to get my health back up, and then you can see kind of where we are. We're back down kind of where we came in at the start of this. So you will take fall damage if you jump down there from here, so I'm going to make my way back out. Now we'll make our way back where we were and continue to follow the quest markers. Let's change our grenade, or change to the grenade. Okay, and we have a crafting ingredient here. This one's on the other side. And we get our grenade back.
What in the name of Aora is that?
You, think it's sleeping?
I've never seen anything like it before. I don't believe it's a statue. No, this was alive once. And the people who lived here were terrified of it.
Okay, so you see that there's a unique item here, the giant slumber. And this whole room should raise an alarm with you a little bit. You've seen this type, if you played any RPGs, then you have seen stuff like this play out.
We're going to die down here, aren't we?
Okay, and this is going to trigger a fight. It's going to close all the doors. So I'm going to take some grog. Going to take a black brew, or black broth, and an ivory spinner here, because this fight kinda sucks.
Let's finish this.
Good one!
Where is he at? Oh, he's right there. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. That blight,
One for us.
the first one, they just soak up so much damage. And I just knew that I had connected with one last trick and was going to have enough to kill him, and he ended up with the equivalent of 1 HP. So, it was a little frustrating. But we made it through, and we still have some health reserves left. It wasn't all that bad of a fight. While I still have those running, yeah, while they're still counting down here, And I made my way into the next one. We're going to focus on the Delengen here, because that is...
Nice shot!
Come on! Come all!
Okay, so we'll go to work on Cilia. Oh, no, you don't.
Looks like quite the party. Let's break it up. How did they even get down here? If there are any monsters left, show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar.
So the ironic part is that the previous room was a lot harder to do than this one. A lot harder to do than this one. So those encounters are probably reversed a little bit. Now you can see that...
Hear us through the Adra.
And we will. We have 3 icons here. There's one here. Okay, if we follow... the second one
Us.
is here. Get the lockbox. Right here. Third one is right there. That will open this door. I need to start looking for traps. There aren't nearly as many traps in this one as there in this place as there are in Shatterscarp, and you'll see that when we get there. So I think that's it. This, I think, opens afterwards. But... down there and just make sure. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay.
We've backed the Dreamscourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
You are here. You who bring us kind words and soothing thoughts. We welcome you. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain. We once belonged to the green and the wild. A people lived there once. They loved us as we loved them. They brought their dead to us. We used to dip our fingers, wade in the confluence of souls. We felt the thrill of their wonder. We basked in their desire to know us. They brought their prayers to us. We answered. We do not remember how we grew. Our eyes opened. We were the earth, the sky, many into a whole. We touched the mountains and they molded to our fingerprints. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the Gardener, steward of life. Sapadal.
So now we know the name. It's no longer the voice. It is named Sapadal, and it was obviously a god.
Our spark found you when you dreamed in the womb. Godlike, they said. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. And you reach back. We have not known the joy of companionship in so long. Garotte, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeps into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. Your words are comfort indeed. Go to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. We will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akita, wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive and find us. Will you accept it? Take it with our blessing. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Bind us. Free us.
Okay, and for that, we're going to get the Thorn of Sapadal. Now, this is an active godlike ability. It fires a thorn of energy that passes through multiple enemies, causing damage on impact and momentarily rooting them in place. This is actually very, very useful, especially for like right now, when we don't have Merrick in our Maris in our party anymore.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
You were out a long time. We gotta start bringing pillows.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, never mind what I thought. Actually, I thought your soul had been blasted to 1,000 pieces. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dreamscourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands. Somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness. You've heard of it? Fascinating. Maybe someone knows about this garden of yours. If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dreamscourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before, though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dreamscourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you? Excuse me? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible. How could we have missed this? You never heard them before? Not even in your childhood? Only when you arrived on these shores? A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Maybe that tells us something. Not the Adra itself, but how it comes together. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected, but that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora, connected only to itself, or so we believe. If Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison, their tomb. Now that is a tall order. We know the Dreamscourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sapadal can help us fight it. A little divine intervention couldn't hurt. The real question is, where do I start? Doesn't ring a bell, but maybe someone's heard of it before. We'll find the source of the Dreamscourge in the garden, but we have to find the garden first.
Then that's where we start.
Let's return to Fior Mesiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. Gods, I don't know. The farms, the community, my research, they all depend on animancy. But the Dreamscourge is the end of animancy, the end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Finding a secret entrance and discovering a new god. Not bad for a day's work.
Wait. We smell the musk of war. We hear the clash of steel. No. In the distance. They fade now. Was it a dream?
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? Oh no. Let's go. You take the lead.
Come on. There's a way up those stairs.
Okay, so you mentioned something, and now this door's open. We're gonna head
There is such
out.
a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time.
And we
What we
learned a whole
discovered
lot
here
there, but let's kind of talk
changes
about that
everything.
as we make our way back. So we now know that Sapadal is a trapped god, and it's my god. Here. And you can see that in the upper left-hand corner that we cannot fast travel.
Depths. This was no accident.
And if you look at Fior, Fior is burning. Man, we need to make our way back there.
What happened? Who did this? The city's under attack. Come, there isn't a moment to waste. I just hope Quilici is all right.
Something's burning. Doesn't look like the city, but let's make sure no one's hurt.
I can't believe this. All
And
things
we need to make our
considered,
way back,
Fior Mesiverno looks
but we
undamaged.
can't fast travel to get there.
Surprising when you consider the state
And
of
so
our
we're going to have to
defenses.
walk our way there.
Whoever started this fight didn't come prepared to finish it. I will be happy to oblige them. Someone made a dangerous enemy today.
We'll fight them with you, Giada.
They break. They bind us.
Okay, we need to make our way down. Or I guess we can't cross here. Normally I make my way down and across the river, but we can
I
cross
hope
here
everyone
first.
is all right. My people settled these lands in the name of freedom. It took 50 years, but our oppressors caught up to us. I hate living in interesting times.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Again and again they strike.
Okay, so we learned that I have a god and that god has been trapped. We've also learned in our visions of the strangling Adra that Woedica and Aothus and the other gods might have had something to do with trapping my god in some way. And there might have been a reason for that. So, not everything is as 100% cut and dried as it might seem.
It's good to see home again, if only for a moment. Soon the Rangers will strengthen their defenses. They'll hunt down anyone behind the attack. I almost pity them.
Me too.
How many thorns must we claw out?
Now, if you're doing this and
Those
you
bodies are wearing steel Garotte armor. Is this what Alfir was planning?
Yes, if you haven't done this, or if you have not gone into the cave down there and dealt with the steel Garotte first, then all of these bodies are going to be civilians, and there's going to be packs of steel Garotte enemies out here that you have to fight on your way back. And the city will be completely devastated and inaccessible, and everyone from the city will be refugees in a completely different location.
I see you avoided the carnage. A few of your countrymen, well, let's say they didn't know any better.
You may have beaten us today, but it's only a matter of time before Emerald Stair bends the knee.
Shut up already. Since the two of you are kin, I thought maybe you could help squeeze some information out of him. Good point. I'll just bring the masked warlord who answers to no one in for questioning. That isn't going to happen. We caught this one alive, so any justice we mete out will be on his head. What we know is this. The steel Garotte marched on Emerald Stair. We're pretty sure they wanted to set us to the torch.
And you taught them the error of their ways. Well done.
Just doing my job, same as you. What I don't understand is why they came unprepared. Few soldiers, and even fewer supplies. If the steel Garotte wanted to start a fire, they sure didn't pack a lot of firepower.
Okay, and this is the confirmation of that.
That was you?
Well, that's one question down. I'm sure the governor will want to thank you himself. As for our friend here...
It doesn't matter what you do to me. The living lands will be brought to heel.
Now listen. I am a patient man. But if you don't give us some answers, the envoy here is going to rip you in half. I'm not looking forward to cleaning up the mess, so you can help me by telling us what we want to know.
Your threats are wasted, Kerr. I have nothing to hide. Inquisitor Ludwig gave the order to march on Fior Mesiverno. Emerald Stair's on the precipice of disaster. Crops have failed, the townsfolk are defiant, and it's only gotten worse.
I fail to see how attacking my city helps the situation.
The coast is the only habitable corner in the living lands. We can unite as one people, or let the wilderness take us. What choice do we have? Tradition led this place to its doom. Better that it burn, and the people start again.
That is, without a doubt, the worst justification for a war crime that I have ever heard.
Speaking from experience, People don't usually unite as one after you've attacked their home.
Ludwig tried to hasten the inevitable. Nothing more.
Ah, now that is what I call a thorough confession. What do you want to do with him? As an adherent, I trust you know how to handle it by the book. I will see to it myself. Too bad the road to Paradise is in bad shape. Our wagon might hit a bump or two.
As much as I want to rip his soul apart, maybe he's more useful to us alive.
But you can't send me back to Ludwig. Don't you know what she does to people who fail her?
I can't wait to find out. See you around, Envoy. Thanks again.
A fate worse than death, perhaps.
Okay.
But fate nonetheless.
Good call.
So they...
Not worth getting your hands dirty.
They're gonna deal with him when they get him back to Paradise. So now we can actually access Fior again. If you didn't kill the garrison, then Fior is completely burned. You cannot access it. There's nothing here. Like I say, you can't even get into the city.
Envoy, I owe you my gratitude. And perhaps an apology. They tell me you're the reason our city is standing. You took care of the steel Garotte before they could cause any serious damage. I can't imagine what it cost you to stand up to the likes of the steel Garotte, but we won't forget it. You warned me something like this might happen. At least we had time to brace for it.
No doubt your Inquisitor is aware of what happened here. You've made a powerful enemy.
I don't think she knows the meaning of the word. As for us, we're still standing, but our enemies have little patience for failure.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garotte have declared war on the Living Lands.
That sort of thinking is precisely why my father fled the Valian Republics.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradise. Today marks a notable victory, but we've only bought ourselves time, not salvation. Tell us, what of your research into the Dreamscourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dreamscourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch, and I wasn't strong enough to bear it. You must understand. My mother is the Dreamscourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as our lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Giata.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say, I'm ready to hear it.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dreamscourge. By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop it.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean... Koichi, tell her. It's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
There's no other explanation for the spiritual shift in the living lands. Something that slept has awoken. I believe there is still more to learn, but a disturbance on this scale could explain the changes to our ecosystem.
First the Dreamscourge, then the Steel Garotte, and now... what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
But we can return someday. Rebuild your father's legacy. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradise. Exactly. As long as we are Animancers, the adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dreamscourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradise is more secure, but it would mean living under a Diran rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Thirdborn's full of hardy types. Lots of former soldiers and mercenaries. A rough bunch, but good to have at your back. It's also farther from the Steel Garotte's base of operations. That's where I'd make my stand.
Okay, so you have a choice here. This choice is going to affect not an extraordinary amount. I'm going to play this opposite of how I did in my personal playthrough. My personal playthrough, I did not save Fior. So you're presented with this exact same choice, it's just it's not here in the city, it's somewhere else. Either way, the end result, whether you save Fior or not, is going to be the same. The people here are going to have to leave, and you're going to have to decide on where you want to send them. I sent them to Paradise in my personal playthrough. I'm going to send them to Thirdborn this time.
We'll be proud to lend our strength to theirs, as Animancers and as fellow expatriates.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father lead the Republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dreamscourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the foremost Akitan scholar in the Living Lands, and...
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Ah, right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Nakukubel, which is in Shatterscarp, so we've got to get there now. Though the city was saved, my research wasn't, which means the Steel Garotte knows just as much as we do. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman. I would be surprised if your journey were that uncomplicated, but... stranger things have happened.
For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley. She's a good friend, and a bad influence. Right now, We could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers. I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, envoy.
Exploring the living lands with a friend.
Okay, and
What
that's
could
going
I
to get
ask
us
for?
up to level 15.
Back to Shatterscarp, then.
So, let's take a look at our level up here for level 15. So, we've got 3 points available to us here. The first is we're going to now get the final level here in marksmanship. This is going to increase our damage with bows and guns by another 10%. And now we can start looking at critical strike and sniper. Okay, so sniper is your Nova Strike ability. So your increased weapon damage against unaware enemies goes up by 25, 35, and 40%. So that first shot that you take is going to be much more damaging. Critical strike increases your critical hit chance by 10, 15, and 20%. I'm going to alternate between these. You can see that the next level up here is not until level 18 for either one of them. So we've got a little time here because we just hit 15. So looking at these 2 points, at 15 I'm going to put a point into each. Then at 16 and 17 I am going to save those points, and then at 18 I can put a point into each, and then the third rank I have to wait until 20. So I'm going to save up those points again and get us up on these. The last one that you're going to be looking at is staggered shot. And again, at that point, we are going to unlock this once we get up here. But we'll see how far we're going to level this thing up as we go, and whether or not we need to respec and get rid of Tanglefoot or Survivalist and add points into here or not. But for now, I'm going to unlock one of each of these. Okay, and now we can also, since we still have access to the city,
I only...
can do one more time going through here and sell off anything that we don't need. So we do have 3 Awakened Adra, which is good because now we can craft another Corrupted, and that would be our 4th one. That would get us enough to upgrade all 3 of our weapons here. Giant Slumber, we picked up. Power attacks deal moderate stun and plus 20% damage against vessels. So again, any of those elementals, specters, skeletons, that sort of stuff, you're going to be doing a lot more damage against them. This is a really, really good weapon. It's not something I'm going to focus on, but especially for your sword and board types, this is one of the better weapons in the game, especially with the stun that comes with it. So it can be really, really good. I'm going to stash it in my camp, though. Okay, so let's look at our journal. And let's go to camp and assemble the Totem of Defiance here. And then we're going to continue on with a path to the garden. And we're going to be heading up here toward the gate. I'm not going to go to the gatehouse beacon. Instead, we now have a new vendor who has popped up here. I'm going to go to the party camp anyway. Okay, so let's see where we are. We still need 4 petrified wood branches. We can only make 1. Yeah, we can only make 1. So we can make 1 more corrupted Adra. Okay, so now as far as the other ones, Blackwing armor needs 4 Ballarok skin and 2 cave coral. So Ballarok skin comes from Stelgar leather. We can form a lot of Stelgar, or we can make a lot of this. And now we would need 4 of that and 2 cave coral. So cave coral, the problem with it, let me make sure I want to do that. I think I'm going to hold off doing that. I'm going to keep my Admis work because I still need to upgrade Karok's Pride again. And I'm going to need to be... saving some of that. Now again, I can break these down. I can go backward. If need be, but I think I'm going to wait on that.
I knew
Okay, so I do need to put the last of our fragments in here.
What have you found?
They call themselves the Akita. They worship this strange child.
Boudica will be displeased to hear it.
Boudica is never pleased.
So you can pick up a little bit more of what's happening here. So the other gods, somehow a new god was formed, Sapadal. And the other gods, Skane, Wodica, Bareth, they didn't seem to be too happy about this.
I presume Boudica will entreat me to cull these followers.
The simplest solution.
I will not. The wheel turns. I merely guide.
You fear you cannot.
Their souls drift on without the touch of my hand. I have no reach there. I must know why.
I agree. Though I will say this. The Queen may have her motives. Sometimes standing idly by is greater subterfuge than action.
I hope this does not force all our hands.
Not bad. A little art to brighten up the camp.
So let's view the details here. So the last thing that we got here is a vengeful victim. After taking damage from an enemy, your next attack within 10 seconds deals plus 20% of the original damage that you received. Stacks with Retribution. Now, Retribution is a fighter skill. But this basically, if you're responding to an attack, your next attack against him is going to do more damage, which is never a bad thing to have. So right now we're going to stay focused on this. The Hidden Hatred balances well with the Ranger skill that we just picked up. So we're now getting really high damage against those unaware enemies as we move forward through the rest of this.
I hope
Envoy, it's clear that no matter what happened, these people couldn't stay in Fior. Just not sure you did the right thing. These people won't survive long in a place like Thirdborn. Thirdborn is a rough town. They literally do their business inside the skeleton of a leviathan. If you thought Paradise's docks were rough, just wait. Plus, they have a nogfish curry that will peel your tongue. Right, changing the subject. Ask away.
Okay.
Right, changing the subject.
So there's a bunch of conversation items that you can have. You can also start down some pathways here to have individual
does the word
relationships with the party members.
Envoy? Gods, I can't believe what's happening around here. Fjord was attacked when we weren't looking. It's a miracle it's still there. Right. I guess we did. Wish we could have done more. At least that's one more town the Steel Garotte failed to burn to the ground. That's something. Right. Changing the subject. Pleasant dreams.
We should talk. What happened to Fior Messiverno could have been worse. A lot worse. But that doesn't mean the Living Lands is safe. If anything, it's more dangerous by far. And in my case, it's inevitable. No matter where Animancers go, someone is always trying to kill us. Nothing enrages the gods more than mortals in pursuit of knowledge. Don't worry. I plan to hold the mortals accountable. As many of them as it takes. Listen to me. A failed Animancer lashing out at everything in reach. Even with all the tools at my disposal. I couldn't stop the Dreamscourge. And I couldn't save my people. How do I live up to my family's example when I can't even help myself? I wish I could. But that legacy is a debt I can never pay off. My parents died pursuing a better future for Animancers. I can't let their sacrifice be for nothing. And right now, that's all it is. I have some pondering to do. Let me know if there's anything else. Sending my people to Thirdborn. It's a good arrangement. They get a roof over their heads. The city gets Animancers. And everyone gets along. For once. We should try to harness that goodwill. Or replicate it, like an energy source. On the other hand, maybe not. Look, I know you didn't come to this island to help us. And yet you were here when others would have looked away. Despite everything that happened, it means a lot. We all deserve better. But fate decided otherwise. Well, onward to better things. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Pleasant dreams.
Okay, so let's take one last look at cooking and see if there's anything that we can make here. And we can make some more black broth. Okay, so we're going to exit here. And we're going to make our way up. And here I'm going to drop out Giada and put Marius back in. Okay, and here I'm going to take Marius's ability. I'm going to put this in at 6. I want to have access to a second tangling ability for this fight. Little spoiler, yes, there is going to be a fight. Because of choices that we made earlier, we are guaranteed to have a fight here. You could avoid this fight if we had made some other choices. but you'll probably want to have this fight anyway. And now here's Marina.
Good to see you again, Envoy. I told you we'd cross paths once more. If you need to restock, I have some new wares. Luckily, those steel Garotte soldiers at the gate haven't bothered me yet. I'm just hoping not to draw their attention. Aye, they killed those poor rangers and have just been waiting there. Not a fan, I take it? Well, you're certainly not alone in that, friend. Anyway, it's not my business to interfere in. I've seen nothing and just wish to be on my way. Well, uneventful enough. Gods be praised. But let's just say I'm more grateful than ever for this hand-me-down equipment. The spoilings in Delimgan out here are vicious, and even the less mobile plant life seems like it wants me dead. Oh, just taking a bit of a breather before I continue. I'd much rather rest a bit here than in Shatterscarp. I've heard the desert can be brutal. Not much, unfortunately. There's a settlement in the region. Thirdborn, I believe it's called. Hardy folks. Otherwise, you can expect blazing sands and, if the rumors are true, dream thralls. Poor bastards. If it wasn't the only way to Solace Keep, I'd be avoiding the place like the... well, like the Dreamscourge.
Okay, and here you're going to get access to another vendor. We do need some more lockpicks here. We do have another Awakened Adra we can buy here, or more highly as Talons. I don't think we need any at this stage. Let's just look and make sure that we don't have anything that we need to sell. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So... nothing else here that we're going to need. Okay, now she mentioned that there were steel Garotte at the crossing and that they killed the rangers. Well, that's not good. There were rangers here last time we were here. But you can see that they are no longer here and somebody's waiting for us.
Come closer, Envoy. I'd like a word.
No, not falling for the old loan.
Don't think this is going to matter here.
Own enemies surround.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. You interfered in our plans. Take it from me, Inquisitor Ludwig isn't at all pleased. In that case, maybe it's not too late to make amends. Believe it or not, the Steel Garotte owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig. Our soldiers were poised to attack Fior Messiverno. If you had been made aware, you would not have interfered. Maybe I can convince you otherwise. You might not want to admit it, but Fior Messiverno is a settlement in decline. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. What exactly do you think you saved? Fior Messiverno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them. Any good farmer knows when to put down an injured animal. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garotte will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garotte answer to the Burned Queen, not your floundering empire. And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes. And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, Envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you, but don't get in our way a second time. It won't end well. Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garotte love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
You might be evil, but you're well informed.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way. I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last. Decent men die every day. When you arrive in Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances.
Okay, now you're going to meet her later on. I thought this fight was inevitable. I guess it's not. Like I say, I played this out differently in my personal playthrough. You're going to have to deal with her later on. Arguably dealing with her later on, and I mean this particular character here, is arguably harder than dealing with her here. The fight here is going to be pretty difficult, but I don't think it's anything that we can't handle. So I'm going to go ahead and attack here, just so that I don't have to deal with her later on.
You know, there's a depraved part of me that was hoping you'd make this interesting.
Sorry it'll be over so quickly then.
I call her shins.
Okay, and I'm going to take my food here. I'm going to take a grog, ivory spinner, black broth, and a basted beast.
Stop right there!
Come and get me. Watch the left.
And that will end her. Now I'm going to take the high ground here. Oh, great. Okay. It is by far better to take the high ground in this fight than to sit down here and mix it up with all the melee enemies. You're going to have a few that are going to rush you, and that's why I changed to Marius, so that I could have the second entanglement available to me. Because you'll normally have a couple that will rush you up there. Now here you're going to get a couple of things. One, you're going to get the Death Knight gloves, which we'll look at here in a second. But you're also going to get some more exceptional armors and weapons. This can be a big upgrade if you've come into this point as a melee character. For me, I don't need it, but for anybody else it might be a big upgrade for you to get an exceptional weapon here without having to pay for it at this point. But you also picked up the Death Knight gloves. This is the second of the Death Knight set. Gives you plus 15 frost damage, which is big. That's a big increase to your damage. Minus 10% stamina cost while blocking. Now this works both with two-handed blocking, so if you're using a greatsword or something, as well as with a shield. So for your melee characters, it's a good set to have here. Oh, I guess I haven't been up here. That's weird. I thought I had gone through all of this. Check up here just to be sure. 'Cause again, I thought I had gone through all of this. Guess I haven't. I'm pretty sure I've been through all this. Wow, I haven't. I can see the chest over here. Okay. Well, that's my fault. I thought I'd explored all this already. We might have just kept our distance to not get into any conversations with the rangers who were previously here. Okay, well now we are going to head into the third region, which is Shatterscarp.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers, and now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dreamscourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention why the steel Garotte attacked my fucking home. Exactly. They claim to bring peace and order, but at what cost? We were lucky this time. My people will be on high alert, but that doesn't mean we're safe. The Steel Garotte are hunting anyone who doesn't conform to their vision of the living lands. Our freedom is on the line.
So on top of the Dreamscourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Deathguard Inquisitor and the Steel Garotte dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwig will try something similar in Thirdborn? Thirdborn's a rugged place that attracts rugged people. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances. People wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back changed. Their bodies and minds twisted, corrupted. Some confused and disoriented like Belena, others violent like Adelaro.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dreamscourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt. Easier said than done, especially when we're not entirely sure what we're looking for.
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dreamscourge. Yatsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yatsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try. This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes. We cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything? In other words, nothing we didn't already know. Well, at least we tried. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek, but I'll take it over nothing.
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then? Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dreamscourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise. Stop. You're aggravating my ulcer.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it. Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. I wanted to say, for all of its imperfections, Fiorme Siverno deserves a second chance. Thanks to you, it has one. I won't forget it. No need to question it anymore. They've made their intentions clear. Just to be safe, we should remain vigilant. Sleep in shifts. Look after each other. Rest while you can. Our enemies are organized, but so are we.
Sleep well.
Hi,
We've
Dave.
got a long
Welcome.
road ahead.
Good to see you again. So, now if we look at our quest journal, a path to the garden is the main quest line here. Battle Scars has popped up. This is going to be a continuation. As I've said, this is going to run us through all of the various regions here. And the Forged of Star Stuff quest is still here. You can see the skull quantity is going down. It was 3. Now it's down to 1. So we're getting closer to the point where we're able to handle it. However, we're not going to see this for a bit. This is in Solace Keep, and it's going to take us a while to get to Gallowayne's Tusks to be able to continue this. So right now, we're going to Nobody else wants
What
to talk
is it
to
you
us?
like so much
Oh,
about
let's
ghost stories,
see
Giada?
if we can make any more of these. We can. I'm good, Dave. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I hope everything's going okay with you. I'm gonna make some more black broth as well.
Well, ghost stories are how we could...
Okay, and here we are inside a new map, inside Shatterscarp. So, Shatterscarp is the third of the regions that we have here available to us. And Shatterscarp is a big map. Okay, not gonna lie, this map is quite a bit more extensive than the previous ones that we've gone through. There's a lot of exploration here to do, and there are certain things, especially in this area, that you want to do before you go and get to a certain point in a couple of different quests. If you don't do them, then your responses are limited in what you can answer or tell somebody else, and it leads to a fight when you don't have to have one, and it's a less than optimal outcome to do it that way. So we are definitely going to be doing some exploring for the rest of the day today. We are not going to take a look at the city of Thirdborn today. We're going to start with some exploration here and up here a little bit. And we're starting that here on this pathway. Okay, so optional, find out what happened in Eagle's Reach, and that's right where we are here.
Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so you see we've got some Maderan soldiers here, and they look a little worse for wear.
Put down because they turned into dream thralls.
I had to put...
Another Adiran, Kutabov.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Oh. I got a fatal error there. Okay, so the game just quit. So give me a second to restart it. You know, come to think of it, I think I had that exact same crash in my personal playthrough. I'll have to go back and try it again. Okay, so it did drop an autosave in Shatterscarp. Hopefully I'm not locked out of something here.
We smell death here.
Listen to me, look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
I'm not going to take the charming libation here.
Another Adiran, Kutabov.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's. You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
Okay, so it didn't. I don't know. I'm going to do some testing off stream. I don't know if it has something to do with me being able to pass the perception check. It causes it to have a problem or something.
Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran Dream Thralls.
No, but most are. Our troops haven't been spared, and more are falling ill.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice. And now we're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Thralls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe.
I doubt you're particularly needed in Thirdborn, of all places.
I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't recognize the name.
Of course, that strange Orlan scholar. She came through not too long ago. Should be in town by now. Before you go, Envoy, Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
I don't recognize Rutaska, but I know Thirdborn, and it used to be made of sterner stuff.
Okay, so let's do some looking around here.
God, I hate this posting.
Move along, Envoy. This isn't a place to just stand around.
We'll pick up some grenades, and we'll head up. Okay, and now that was premature. I was expecting to see something there that I didn't see, so we can jump across here. Okay, and now you can see that we're going to be getting the next level of crafting materials in all of our chests and all of that sort of stuff, which is good. We're going to be needing all of these to upgrade our weapon, Character Pride, as quickly as possible.
Not really.
Again, just like we did last time, that's what we're going to do here, is focus on that upgrade process. Before we open any unique chests.
Yeah, at least the shack stopped smoldering. Or any of our people.
Okay, petrified wood branches, good. Those are exactly what we need.
Don't know how many of our own were lost. Upwards of 20 at least.
Okay, so you can see they were attacked by Dream Thralls here. And you can start to see, there's the city of Thirdborn. All the way up there. It's going to take us a bit to get there, though.
Thirdborn. Ah, welcome to the shit, Envoy. Sorry for the mess, but it can't be helped. Not when a fucking horde of Dream Thralls screams up the path. At least they're not coming out of the fucking rock like they did in the mines. Ugh, Dream Thralls spiders.
Gods. Regular giant spiders are deadly enough.
Aye, a living nightmare. They swarmed just like that. At least Dreamscourge people don't eat their kill. What kind of feet have you got? We're talking about a whole mine filled with them. Follow the path down. You'll see the elevator. It's broken now, but the mines are just on the cliff above.
I used to hear stories about cave-ins up there. Watch your step.
If you hit the Leviathan skull when you're up there, you've gone too far. You'll know it when you see it. The powers that be decided we'd help Thirdborn reopen an old, abandoned sulfur mine. Help arm Thirdborn against the Dreamscourge, you see. Make friends. But it's not my place to talk about any of it. If it please you, sounds like they need all the help they can get.
And that's going to get us fires in the mine, and we're going to track that.
Sounds like honest work to me.
You there? Please!
Help us! We need help!
And now we're going to be finding Admeth's work just laying around on the ground.
Darren! Please! We need help!
Our parents,
We were out finding food, but when we came back, they changed.
They attacked us, tried to rip us apart.
Gods. Who thought the world could be this cruel?
We locked them inside the house, but we don't know what to do.
You tell them Kai sent you. That should still carry some weight.
They're going to kill them!
Shh. It'll be okay, Tamamo. They're in our home by the cliff face.
No, no. Mother. Father.
Please. Try to make it fast. And let us know when it's over. We'll need to do the last rites.
And that's going to open up Home Sweet Home. So, Home Sweet Home is actually right down below us here.
Let's get it over with.
And... can't remember... yeah, nothing here.
Eye sharp. Dream thralls ahead.
And this is what we're going to be fighting here, is a bunch of Dream Thralls. Okay, so I'm going to start down here, I think. No, you don't. Great.
We were here too late. These soldiers paid the price.
Well, that was fun.
Got close enough to bypass the hit reg bug.
Right behind you.
Invaders in the garden!
Dream thralls. Still dressed in Nadiran armor.
Can't imagine having to kill one of your own, even after they've turned.
Okay, so I probably should not have made that jump without saving first. I don't think you die from landing there, but down there you definitely do.
Hard to believe it's been 6 years since I saw this place.
Okay, here's the party camp. And there isn't any way up there, up that way. I spent a lot of time trying to find it in my personal playthrough.
How long till they fix this godforsaken platform? I don't like being stuck out here. I don't know when the Dream Thralls are going to attack.
It will be better for all of us if we fix the lift.
Okay, so the lift is here, but you can't interact with it. It's broken. Okay, we do have a party camp here, so we can fast travel back here if need be, and we do have another way down here that's going to lead us into this area over here. I can't remember. I don't think there's anything up here. Yeah, there's not. Okay, so we're gonna work our way around over here. Keep to the left side of the map. Okay, so we do have a priest here. We definitely want to get rid of the priest right off the bat. Nice. Whoops. Bad. I reached up to hit the one button and hit 2 buttons or 3 buttons at the same time there. I'm gonna have to get closer.
Look to your left.
And that will kill all of its minions.
Another win, but who's counting?
Okay, so let's search the bodies here. I'm not going to do a whole lot of exploring down here. But you see that there's an orange icon here.
Knives and shadows!
Dream thralls. I'll never get used to the sight of them. We have got to put a stop to this thing, Envoy.
And we're going to learn more about that a little bit later. Okay, an exceptional bow. Nice. Okay, now there is a whole section that we can do here.
Village.
And you know, I guess we
Voices.
can
Feels
do
like
it.
one of Giada's ghost stories.
But you did hear some sounds. This door is barred. I can't remember, this is the one that comes up from down below. Or if this is the one I have to access from here. It's here.
We should go to the lab and get that key.
Okay. And this is a separate side quest here. That which remains. Okay, we can, I guess, knock this one out. This one doesn't take all that long. This door is barred from the inside. That's where you're going to come out at the end of it. Okay, and here's the supply building. This requires the research house key. We're not gonna go too much farther through this, but we are gonna head down here. Okay, and this is talking about best practices, and this needs the research house key as well. And you see that we have another grenade location here, which needs the frost. Jeez, there we go again with the buttons. Need to rebind that somehow off of the number keys. It's too hard for me to reach up and hit those without hitting anything else. Okay, and here is the research house key. Okay, so taking it is going to spawn the ash blights. You can see they're pretty sporty. These are level 3.
Glad that's over.
So yeah, Shatterscarp is a fairly good-sized jump in power. We also need to go back this way. No. Need to go over there. this it? No, this is where we got the key from.
Okay. I don't want anyone complaining.
Okay, we get the well key in here. Okay, and this is talking about some research that they were doing. And this gets you Spindlewalker. Spindlewalker webs no longer slow you. A successful parry has a 20% chance of laying webs that slow enemies. This is a very fun item to use. If you are that sword and board type, it's not something that I'm going to use here, but it is... It throws webs quite a bit, actually. A lot more than I thought it would. And here are some journal entries. Definitely want to unlock this. And more petrified wood branches, which is exactly what we need. And we need to go to the well. We have a couple of enemies on the radar here. They might be hidden, so that as soon as I pick this up...
He could have stayed and garden. It was all...
This is definitely part of some bigger thing we shouldn't mess with. So let's go find the rest of it.
So that is the first of the new totem for this area. And we'll go back to party camp and check it out at some point. Okay, so let's head to the well.
Right. Who's going first?
So it looks like instead of the mines, I'm going to deal with this first. This is one of the quests that you want to do. Great. Before you adventure off too far through Shatterscarp, and especially in the main quest. This will open up a dialogue option later on by clearing these out.
How'd you do that?
Okay, so they're still unaware, so I'm going to go into hiding here. Maybe I can get some collaterals here.
You're mine now!
Okay, nice.
Nice work.
Change over to the grenade. We're gonna go in there here in a second. Clear out the last of the spiders in here, though.
Glad you're on my... Keep quiet.
no petrified wood branches. Okay, now through that door, you're gonna encounter people. And what you're gonna find out is that they were doing some...
Dream thralls in cages. Cave decor's gotten a lot weirder the last few years.
Experiments.
I am... No. The flowers have names I do not know. Names they do not know.
The flowers will bloom from me. The world shall bloom from my body.
We made an oath.
We can do nothing for them.
We're damned.
Okay, so now I have to remember where I need to go to get up there. That leads me down into right where I just was. Never does it. Yes. That looks like you can blow it up, but I don't think you can. Oh, there it is. Top up there. Okay, still have the Charming Libation on.
Who are you? What do you want from us? Gods take me. You're a real person, not a dream thrall.
That's a fallacy. Dream thralls are derived from real people, you idiot.
Ignore them. Are you the envoy, by any chance? We've heard rumors of your coming.
So you must be acquainted with Captain Weemgar, then. That's fortuitous. We're naturalists who created a small settlement here after Adir ordered us to study the crystal spiders of the living lands.
We should have fled. The local adherents warned us this venture was doomed, but we ignored them. Then some of our people became afflicted.
We sequestered the infected away. But one of them turned in the night, causing a fire that swept through the area. We came to this cave, saving who and what we could with Captain Weemgar's help. But he said we needed to kill our affected companions. The Steel Garotte is very clear about whether Dream Thralls can be permitted to live.
Gods, I wish we never had.
We originally came here to study the spiders, but when our colleagues turned, we had no choice but to take on a new field of research.
We thought we could save them.
It was certainly the desired outcome. But given what we've seen of the plague, we may have to kill them instead.
How can you speak so clinically? My brother, your husband, is one of them.
I'm a pragmatist. We need your help, Envoy. Kill the Dream Thralls for us. That way Weemgar will have no reason to turn us away.
Are you a fool? The Steel Garotte won't care. They'll kill us if they know we're alive.
Not if the Envoy euthanizes the Dream Thralls for us.
You're joking. Those are our friends, your husband, and my brother. No, just ask Weemgar for provisions. We only need supplies. I know he has provided for us before, but we need more. We're too hungry to think straight. Once we have the right provisions, we can decide what to do next.
Okay, so you have two choices here. You can either go kill the Dream Thralls, or you can just ask Wimgar for better provisions. Either one of these isn't going to have an effect on the reward. You're still going to get gold and experience. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the others. I'm going to ask Wimgar for provisions.
Another sentimental moron. I'm trapped here forever with him, I swear.
Oh, shut up. You're a cold-hearted monster. I don't know what my brother ever saw in you.
We're going to die here. I know it.
Okay, and we're going to continue looking
Doom
through
is
here real
waiting.
quick. Did I miss something? Didn't. I can unbar the door here, though. I'll just close this behind me, for no reason whatsoever. They don't ever try and leave. If you kill them, they will put up a fight against you. The fight's not all that bad. But there are 6 of them, I think, or something like that, so you can get overwhelmed, but it's not really that bad. Okay, and for this, we can... It's probably just as quick. To head back up here. Walk back up here and we'll turn this in. Why they didn't put a fast travel point up there, I have no idea.
What can I do for you, Envoy? Not so loud! Careful where you say that. We and they will get thrown into the shit if word gets out. I can't risk discussing this with you further. Please, just know that they and their caretakers must stay in that cave. Ah, so you know then. I can't say I'm surprised you learned the truth. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm sure you understand what a dangerous truth this is. But never mind. Provisions. I'll see it done, Envoy. You have my word. Of course. We'll find the rations from somewhere. After all they've done for us, they deserve it. Tell me, are the infected still alive after your visit? Or are they gone? We can only hope. That means a lot to us. Thank you. Please don't let this trouble you any further. I'll take care of them from here. Godspeed, Envoy.
Okay, so we've spoken with him. And now, I guess we can, on the way down here, stop at our party camp. Turn in this totem. Oh, we can't. We don't have the base yet. Yep. that way. We want to go down this way. And we're going to head up there in a second. I can't remember if there's anything else, if there are any other interactions down here or not. One way or another, I do want to go out the other way.
I guess this is an acceptable outcome.
We're going to die here.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
I know it.
I do want to go out this way. Because now we can unbar this door, and this gives us another way in here. Okay. So I'm going to drop a save here. And we're going to head up this direction. There's a couple of things. We're gonna not go that way first. We're gonna go this way first.
Unseen,
Stinging wasps! You care! Good one!
I can't what? I can't hear you. What did you say?
Nice job, everyone.
So now we'll head up here. And we will get ready for next week by making our way to...
Who are you? What do you want? We don't have to know each other. I don't owe you any answers. Go away. Some of us are trying not to be found. Some of us just... Fuck. Fuck! I should have been there for him. I was, once. Have to get rid of these clothes. I'll be fine as soon as I... Gods, what am I gonna do? No, no, no. Nobody can help. I got myself into this mess. It's my fault, all of it. Can't go back to third board. Can't go through Eagle's Reach. This place is just fucked. It's all fucked.
He's on his own. Nothing we can do for him.
He's obviously upset. Hey, you see, we do have enemies above us. I don't think there's anything up there. Do we have some more enemies up here? And the highlands are going to lead us toward the mines. Okay, because here's the mines base camp. You can see there's a bridge leading across to it. So we're going to make our way over there.
All right, who asked for more
Oh, I used to love stargazing up here. Camp on one of these buttes.
Nice, we got
and
more
you've got a
dream
defensible
thralls.
Position.
Nice! Show me what you got!
Just like the good old days.
Let's keep making our way over toward the mines. Still no more of them. Looking for more petrified branches. We still are going to need some more to fully upgrade Karok's Pride, I think. Don't need to deal with the spiders down there yet. Okay, and now we get into the mine area here.
I'm sorry, but those are our options if you want to reopen the mines.
There is no if. We must reopen them. But if you think we're about to let Adir go and
Ah! You must be the envoy. I hoped you might stop by. Welcome to the mines.
I see the sands didn't swallow you whole. And Kai. It's hard to see you stomping around with the Adirans after the news I heard from Fior.
That was the Steel Garotte. Besides, we're all on the same side against the Dream Thralls.
We've been discussing how best to reopen these sulfur mines. Sulfur's a key ingredient in gunpowder, which is crucial for Thirdborn's defense. Careful language never hurt anyone, particularly in these, well, unique times.
You should listen to your envoy.
Of course. I shall certainly take it under advisement. To return to the point, we were talking about the mine. Our objective is simple. Restart production in the old Pogrunan mines so Thirdborn can arm themselves. They need sulfur to have a chance against the Dream Thralls, and we...
And you need to sanitize the name of Adir. After what happened in Fior.
True, but moreover, we need to make sure we're not the only ones taking on the threat in Shatterscarp. Our efforts went well, until the spiders came. If you destroyed the spiders' nests, it'd be a tremendous boon to us all. Isn't that right, Kada?
Don't presume to speak for me.
The mine's entrance is just down the path. Speak to Darla, the guard at the gate. He'll let you in.
Okay, and that's going to update the fires in the mine quest. Now, we do have...
Something for... You. I've not seen you around before. Okay, but come back. Customers are in short supply these days. Do you want to see my wares?
Okay, and we are able to buy some more corrupted Adra here. I don't think we need any at this point. We will take the lockpicks, though. And we'll see if we can sell anything. I'm going to break down... I don't need to break down the exceptional greatsword. I am going to break down the bow for the petrified wood branches. And I'm going to break down the exceptional scale for the Stalgar leather.
Something for everyone.
Okay.
But
for now, this is going to get us a good place to reach a stopping point on. Okay, so next week we're going to continue on with the Fire in the Mines quest, and we're going to keep exploring this area of the map up here. There's quite a bit to look at here in this northwestern section. There's a couple of side quests that we're going to start up here other than this one as well. So there is quite a bit to do up here, and like I say, it's going to be a while until we get to the city of Thirdborn. We want to do the mines here, and we want to clear out Stadeclef down there as well before we get too far into a section of that quest line. So that's going to be what we're going to be doing next week, is really a bunch of exploration and some side quests here. So as always, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you all being here. I love the interactions that I have with all of you in the community, because as I've always said, without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jerval saying, until next time, fare thee well.